Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 4. And before we get on into it, let me just say Garcelle, Sutton, and Kyle are working my last good nerve. We will be getting into all that later on, but the three of them are wearing me thin, okay? Um, I also want to know, why are we talking about Teddi Mellencamp? Teddi was fired 3 or 4 years ago. She should not be in conversation. I don't know why we're bringing her back up. She gave us nothing when she was on the show. She's giving us nothing off the show. We don't care. In the words of Alexander Rogers, when he asked Kyle at BravoCon, why do you insist on thrusting her upon us? And my questions exactly, I don't know why we're talking about Teddi. This episode, y'all, kind of irritated me for several different reasons, but yeah, y'all, I have so many thoughts. How are y'all doing? Oh, we have Toronto in here. Yes, who cares about Teddi anyway? I didn't think much about her. It's evident that these ladies are not friends outside of the show. The silence at the end of that dinner scene, at the dinner, was severe. It was. Yes, listen, Garcelle worked my last good nerves. No Tostitos today, Brooke. Yes, honey, no TJ on the line. That's in Potomac. I'm ready to give Sutton and Garcelle to the community. Listen. Oh yes, come on in the room. Yes, we have. I have moderators, and come on through, y'all. So if they see any crazy comments, they're going to be blocking, and I thank you. Okay. Yes, John Mellencamp's daughter has always been so annoying. Thanks for starting on time. Oh, of course. Always. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Garcelle should not have spoken a word. I'm still Team Garcelle. Listen, let me just say this. I think that, and this, I'm not just talking to you who just said you're Team Garcelle. It's okay to have several different thoughts about a person or a situation. Nobody's saying that we don't like Garcelle. We're just, well, let me speak for myself. I'm saying that Garcelle's behavior so far is a bit weird and it's troubling. I'm going to get into it in a few more minutes, but just because I critique Garcelle does not mean that I don't like her. And I need for more people to realize that you can like somebody and still point out when a season comes that they're acting a bit weird. You know what, y'all, without further ado, let's just get right on into it because we don't have a minute to spare. Is giving obsessed with Dorit. Exactly. It's just so weird. Yes. It's exactly. Garcelle and Sutton are overproducing. I agree. I like Garcelle too, but I'm not liking her this season. Yes, the same way that we critique every other housewife on every other franchise, whether it's an all-black franchise, an all-white franchise, a mixed franchise, we can comment when somebody's acting a bit weird. And Garcelle and Sutton are both doing way too much, along with Kyle. But Garcelle, I have some choice words because you're out here looking crazy, and I'm getting more and more annoyed. Okay. But we open up this episode with the continuation of what happened last week with Dorit and Kyle getting into it. So Dorit says, for whatever reason, you treat me a certain way. It's two sets of rules. God forbid I don't have blind loyalty. Then you think that it's okay to make little comments. So now Dorit points out how if she makes one misstep, if Kyle feels slighted in any way, Kyle will ice you out, not talk to you, and punish you. So Kyle does cop to that. No, Dorit goes on to say that she won't speak to her for 6 months. So Kyle does cop to that. She says, I do that. I will own that. And now Dorit says, these things have been building up. And she says, the way that you treat me. So now when I tell you one thing about it, Dorit said that there will be no stuttering or stammering over here. Dorit has had all of her receipts and she's been able to pull them out each and every time, and I'm here for it. So Dorit says the first example is when she made the joke about, remember when Kyle was selling those caftans in the desert and she had that fashion show and she was freaking out about it, and Dorit said, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to save Kyle's show. Now, let me know if I'm off base, but I thought that was a little funny joke. That was not anything shady. That was not rude. I did not find that to be offensive in the least bit. That was a friend, poking fun at their friend, like, okay, girl, calm down. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna help save you. But yeah, that was not anything bad or shady. So she says, after that, you didn't talk to me for 6 whole months. So now Kyle says, well, it's because I was starting a brand new business and you were putting me down. Again, Kyle, you need to stop acting like such a baby. Nobody's putting you down. There is a stark difference between a friend poking fun, just, being silly like friends do, and a difference between somebody actually shading you and being rude and really putting you down and belittling your business. That was not that. Dorit was clearly in your corner. She was supportive of you. She was just making a joke. That's all it was. Kyle is so hypersensitive and it's so aggravating. Kyle needs to go see the lady. Exactly. Kyle needs to be paused. Yeah, Kyle is reaching. So now Dorit says, girl, you got to be kidding me. I'm putting your business down the same way you're making jokes about my restaurant when her and PK had invested in the Buca di Beppe Italian chain restaurant. So she says, the way you were sitting up there shading me in your confessionals, don't do it. So production is on point. They play the tapes back and we see Kyle talking about, oh, did I feel like I was in Italy? No, but it's cute. And I said, girl, so what Dorit said is so bad, but you saying that about your friend's restaurant, that's not shady? All you had to say was, it's a nice restaurant, I'm proud of her, and keep it moving. So the same way you want to get bent out of shape over a silly joke, now it's okay for you to sit up there and shade your friend. Got it. But I was so happy that Dorit said, no, man, we're not going to do this. We're going to play tit for tat. You want to say that? Well, you said that about me and I didn't like that. I said, get her again, Dorit. So now, Dorit says it's okay for you to do it, but not for me. It's a double standard. It's two sets of rules. I don't like that. So now Dorit goes on to say that Kyle has treated her this way for a very long time and she's fed up. So you have Kyle saying, well, I've been a good friend to you for many, many years. And Dorit says, baby, let me tell you something right now. You've been a really shitty friend to me, period. So Kyle's like, give me an effing break. It's in the last 2 years, I lost my best friend and I'm going through a separation. So I said, stop, let's stop. Because according to Kyle, she's the only one with a sob story and the only one going through anything. There are millions of people every day going through the loss of a loved one and a separation. And let's not forget what you told Lisa Vanderpump in season 9, when Lisa Vanderpump's brother took his life, she was crying out for your sympathy and your comfort as a friend. And what did you say? You said something like, oh, well, that's life. Everybody dies. You were not comforting to your friend. So now you want sympathy and grace because you're dealing with grief, but you don't want to give that to other people. Kyle missed me with it. I said, girl, stop. Yes, Effie, we all got pain. Exactly. Kyle acts like she's the only one on this earth going through something or has been through some trauma. Everybody has a story. You're not unique. Pain hits everybody at different times, but one thing about it, life will make sure that you experience pain, if not early in life, middle of the life, later in life. You're going to experience something in this life that's going to shake you up. So Kyle, you're not the only one. And the same way you showed no sympathy or care towards your good friend at the time, Lisa Vanderpump, when she was dealing with grief of her brother, I don't want to hear it. I was so done. The robbery fell flat, so now we're here. I don't like Kyle anymore. I loved how Kathy was sitting silently. Oh, we have Atlanta. Yes, come through. Child, Kyle needs to go buy a purse and go see the lady. Yes, hey, y'all. So now, so Dorit says, well, I knew you were going through a hard time, and that's why I said to you, I want to give you grace, and I'm not going to go as hard because of what you're going through. So now she says, but at the end of the day, you've pushed me too far, and you don't get to choose when you want to be my friend. You don't get to choose when you want to decide when it's convenient for you to like me and talk to me again. And she's correct. Now, let me just stop for a minute. When it comes to icing somebody out, if you feel like you've been slighted by a friend, my whole thing is it teeters on passive aggressive if you don't plan on cutting them off. because if I feel slighted, if I feel like you've wronged me, it's a cutoff. It is a cutoff. I'm not doing that passive aggressive, I'm not doing that. It's okay, we're no longer friends. I wish you the best. I don't have any ill will towards you, but I don't really have time for all that. Well, we're not going to talk for this amount of time, or, and again, I'm okay with a friendship that's fading off and we don't ever speak again, and it's no bad blood. But I don't have time for all this. Well, we're going to keep fighting, and then we make up, and then we don't talk, and we make up again, then we fight again. I don't have time for that. I don't have the patience for that. So if I feel like this friendship is over, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. I don't have time. And Kyle is exhausting. Yeah, it's just like it's too much. So now Dorit calls out how she's tired of Kyle punishing her. And she says, "Did you get mad at Erica?" So we obviously know that production plays the tapes back of last year's reunion when Dorit was telling Erica in the dressing room about the text message. So Erica said something like, "Oh yeah, I could see, why that hurt your feelings." She was pretty much on Dorit's side about how Kyle is being manipulative, and she pretty much agreed with Dorit. So Kyle says, "I was hurt by that, but that was the only thing that Erica did." So Dorit's like, "Girl, no, that's not it." Because when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she said to Andy, are you going to get eviscerated the same way that she was last season regarding the whole Tom Girardi stuff? So now Erica's like, "Look, the fact that you already, you want to bring me into the conversation, well, let me speak." So Erica says, "When I said that, I was talking to Andy. I was just asking, hey, do you plan on doing the same thing?" Now, may I just say, when Erica said that on Watch What Happens Live, I didn't really view that as that's such a shady thing to say about Kyle. I just viewed that as we are castmates on a show. She's going through an obvious awakening in her life. She's questioning her sexuality. She's also going through a separation. Her marriage is dissolving. So do you plan on grilling her the way you grilled me? And I am by no means some big Erica fan, but in that moment, I did not view that as Erica being nasty or throwing darts towards Kyle. Let me know if I saw that wrong. Hey, Black Swan, thank you for the super chat. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying so forth, Brooke. Kyle expects what she's not giving, friendship. Yes, exactly. It's very one-sided with her. She's allowed to do what she wants, but when you clap back and match her energy, then she has an issue. I can't stand it. Yeah, it wasn't shady. Yeah, it wasn't being nasty at all. She was asking a legitimate question. Are you going to let Kyle slide because she's been on the show since the beginning, or are you going to grill her like you grilled me? That's a fair question. I always got to give props where they're due, right? So now, so Dorit makes it clear. Dorit says, "Now, had I said that, you would have had my head. You would have been pissed at me." And so Kyle says, "Well, I was upset, but the thing is, Erica apologized to me for saying that." Now, personally, I feel like the real reason why Kyle didn't really press the issue with Erica, because she is afraid of Erica. Because one thing about it, Erica will go toe-to-toe with you. She will meet you where you're at. Erica, love her, hate her, indifferent, Miss Mamas will fight. And her reads are kind of lethal. The way she sat up there and chopped Denise Richards up like that last season at Crystal's house for taco night, I said, oh yeah, Erica really is, that mouth is reckless. So I feel like Kyle let Erica slide on that because she knows that she's no match for Erica. And then also you have Erica looking at Kyle as some sort of extra producer, and she feels like, well, since Kyle is an OG on the show, she's the longest running housewife on this franchise, let me just cozy up to her and apologize because I don't want to ruin my spot on this show. So there's a mix of fear on Kyle's side, and then Erica's kissing her ass. That's all that was. Yeah, she does not want that EJ smoke. She doesn't. She does not want the wrath of Erica. Yeah, she is no match for Erica at all. I liked Kyle in the beginning of the series, seasons like 1 through 4 or 5, I liked her. And then I gradually noticed that, okay, Kyle can be on some BS too. So now you have Jennifer Tilly's confessional. She says, the only thing that I understand about this beef is that it goes way back. It goes years and years and years. And I hope that this can die down so that we can enjoy and eat our dinner. Jennifer, if I were you, you're not involved in the mess. Those tacos looked amazing. Just sit there and eat your food, okay? In the words of Tiffany Pollard from, the famous iconic New York, girl, just sit there and eat your food, okay? I would not jump into any of this. Enjoy your meal. Don't let them arguing, going back and forth, stop you from enjoying a nice night out. Don't let them steal your joy. So now we have, we have Bose. Bose is like, girl, let me eat my food because this is too much. So Bose is correct. She points out the passive aggressive behavior in this group. And she says, none of these women give you what they think at face value. And she says, they're not direct. There's always something underneath the surface. If you pick up a rock, then there's a toad underneath. If you pick up the toad, there's a stone. Like, it's always something. And she's correct. There's always some underlying beef or anger. Somebody's not truly being honest about how they felt, and that's exhausting. Say how you feel. Get it all out your system. Nobody has time for all this back and forth. Well, I thought we made up, then you're still mad about this, but you didn't express that. Nobody got time for that. Nobody has time for that, okay? Sutton jumps in and she says, well, I have to admit, I've been at the mercy of Kyle when it comes to experiencing the punishment. There have been times where I've said something and Kyle has not spoken to me for months as well. So Kyle does cop to that again. And so Sutton says, maybe this is something that you can work on. And you even said it too. So now Sutton says to Dorit, I hope this is fixable. And then she says, Dorit, you sound angrier than I even knew. So Dorit says, yes, I am. So now Sutton points out how Kyle, despite how passive aggressive she is, she can't stand when other people are angry at her. So Kyle said, well, nobody likes when other people are angry at them. And I said, but Kyle, you need to grow up. There are going to be times where you disappoint people, whether it's unintentional or intentional. You can't live your life hoping to please everybody. I know I piss people off daily. I know that folks who don't like me, who hate watch, I don't know why, but hey, I know folks who don't agree with my views and still watch me despite being upset. Like, I can't control that. I can only do me and say how I feel. And, you can't control how other people react to you, especially if you're just living your life. But if you want to start mess and be petty and passive aggressive and shady, then you can't be upset that somebody's angry at you. Like, stand 10 toes down in it. If you and I are beefing and I'm purposely going out of my way to shade you or be petty, I'm not going to be surprised if you're mad at me. Like, I expect you to be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, Kyle's really weird. She wants to be this badass, but then she's also hypersensitive at the same time. Like, which one is it? It's weird. Kyle peaked in high school. Yeah, she worries too much about being liked. It's weird. Like, one thing about Erica can stand 10 toes down and being the villain. She's very much like, I don't really care. And that's the attitude to have sometimes. Like, you can't always care about somebody liking you. Like, life is more than somebody liking you. You'll be okay. My mom used to always say, are you going to die if somebody doesn't like you? Is that going to affect your bills? Like, as long as, people don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. If you're a people pleaser, snap out of that, please. You cannot live your life worrying about, is somebody mad or no, like, obviously don't go out your way to harm people or give somebody a hard time. Don't be mean for no reason. But if somebody tries you and you get them right back and they're mad, then so be it. But you can't be the villain and the victim at the same time. And in Kyle's case, she wants to be both. You started with Dorit. You were petty to her, icing her out. She called you out on it. Now you're mad that she's mad at you. Like, how does that work? It's weird. I don't think Kyle peaked in high school. She suffers from constantly being in the shadow of someone more famous than herself. Kim, Kathy, and Paris. Yes. Kyle's the biggest crybaby ever. Yes. every day, am I going to believe all the things people say about me? Yeah, like you can't, like, as long, you just can't, you cannot. So now we have Dorit says, well, that's the way I felt. And now Sutton says, I have never seen this side of you, Dorit, in all the 5 years that I've known you. So now we have Dorit saying to Kyle that every time she's confronted Kyle, Kyle's answer has always been, well, I did that because I was mad. So Kyle says, you know what? I did not handle things right. And for that, I do want to apologize. So then she goes on to apologize for downplaying their friendship on the Amazon Live. Wait, what happened? We need the moderators? Moderators, if you see anything crazy, why? Is something going on? You said, where's the moderators? If you see anything crazy in the chat, y'all, please remove them, block them, okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to lose my train of thought. So Dorit says, I appreciate that. And then she says, well, I apologize for showing the text to Erica and the joke that I made at BravoCon. That was a joke, but I do want to say sorry for that. So Kyle is angry at Dorit's apology, and she says, you're negating your apology. And I feel like you don't ever own anything that you do. Dorit said clearly, I am sorry for showing the text to Erica. I should not have done that. What more do you want? And then she said, despite my joke at BravoCon, that was just a joke. That was no shade towards you. That was all in good fun. If your feelings were hurt, I'm sorry. I know that they always say an apology does not have an if or a but in it. But in this case, I didn't look at that as her negating it. I just looked at Dorit saying, I just want you to know, I really did not mean to shade you with that joke. It was just a joke. That's all it was. But again, if your feelings are hurt, I am very sorry. So Kyle's mad about that. And I just get the impression that Kyle is angry. The real reason why she's mad is that Dorit's standing up for herself and she's letting Kyle know that I'm not here for the BS and I have my receipts too. That's what it seems like to me. But yeah, I don't know. Kyle just sounded crazy talking about you don't own up to anything. You negate your apology. I'm like, okay, girl, you're never happy with anything. It's another reach. So while this is going on, while Kyle and Dorit are going back and forth, Garcelle, here's why I have to whack you because you tried it. Garcelle says no under her breath. So Dorit took me out. Dorit was like, pardon? And Garcelle says, no, I wouldn't agree that in terms of you just can't say you're sorry. I agree with Kyle. You can't seem to do that. So baby, the way Dorit low-key packed Garcelle up, Dorit says, well, you know, I'm not surprised, and let's be honest, I'm not your favorite person. I would not expect you to actually not agree. I'm not surprised that you did not agree with me and that you agree with Kyle. So Garcelle is like, well, okay, great. I'm glad that we're on the same page. Let me just stop this right now. Garcelle, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know why you felt the need to jump into Dorit and Kyle's argument in the first place. Just be quiet. And also, Garcelle, I think it's interesting that you wanted to sit directly across from Dorit when you can't stand her. You can't stand looking at her. You can't stand her voice. So why are you sitting across from her? Why aren't you sitting next to your friend Sutton and Jennifer Tilly that are on the other end of the table? Also, Dorit low-key packed you up when she said, girl, I wouldn't expect you. I'm not surprised that you're saying this. You don't like me. So what else is new? The sky is blue. It is what it is. I said, exactly. And Garcelle, you look so crazy. Now, here's my thing, Garcelle. For all the Garcelle stands, we're about to say, no, Garcelle still has the smoke for Dorit. Can we please stop saying that? Because Erica and Kyle were also involved in that whole situation too when it comes to her son. Also, if you do not like somebody, you let them know. You look crazy trying to pick at them every chance you get. It's one thing if Dorit was trying to pick at Garcelle, but that's not the case. Dorit has been paying Garcelle dust. Dorit makes sure she does not talk to Garcelle, doesn't look her way, does not bother Garcelle at all. Dorit is making it clear that she's not trying to have any smoke with Garcelle. So because of that, she's going to ignore you. Garcelle, you are the true definition of what it means when people say that people hate being ignored. And it really shows that you want Dorit's attention. If you truly were fine with Dorit not talking to you, then you would just ignore her right back. But the fact that Dorit has been paying you dust and you keep trying to get at her, you look weird. And I'm so sorry, but the past right now, I don't care about it. I don't. Because the minute that somebody respects your wishes and they stop talking to you, you officially look crazy when you keep going after them. This is a one-sided beef right now. It is not working. Garcelle, you look like, you just look weird. It's giving obsessed. I understand that Garcelle might have lingering feelings towards Dorit. That's fine. But Dorit has respected Garcelle's wishes by not speaking to her. So Garcelle, you're crossing the line trying to get at this woman every chance you get. Leave her alone. You clearly want to talk to her. You're clearly bothered by her not talking to you. So like, again, what are we doing here? It's getting annoying. It's getting tired. And I don't want to hear anything more about this, the old stuff that happened. Yes, I understand that. But right now, Dorit's not talking to Garcelle. So because of that, Garcelle looks crazy to keep going after somebody who's not engaging with her. Period. End of story. That's like if you and I fall out. And one thing about me, you don't ever have to worry about me talking about you. We do not, if we've fallen out, if we don't like each other, I'm such a good ignorer and I ignore people so well, it drives people crazy. Like, I'm not, y'all, I'm just saying, I'm not the type. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I will ignore you and pay you dust. It's over. It's over. You don't have to worry about me talking about you. So if you try to engage with me, you look crazy. We have to block somebody. All right. What's going on? Moderators, can we get the moderators? Can we please get the, can we, get some folks out? Because I'm seeing that some folks are acting crazy in here. I think we all know Dorit picked up Garcelle, but so did Kyle, Erica Jane. Yes, laughing at my child being cussed at. I'm sorry, I'm saying at your name. But listen, but y'all are not understanding what I'm saying. The point is, Dorit has not engaged with Garcelle. If you and somebody fall out and they no longer talk to you, you look like the crazy person trying to pick at them after they've paid you dust. If me and person A fall out, we no longer talk. I say, don't ever talk to me again. We're done. You look crazy trying to pick a fight with me when I'm no longer engaging. It's not about that. And this argument about, oh, well, what she did. No, Erica's the one who cursed at her son. Kyle was also laughing. You don't have that smoke for Kyle and Erica. So what are we talking about here? This point doesn't stand. What she's doing is weird. Garcelle trying to kiss up to Kyle now, suspicious. Kyle also did not mean her apology to Garcelle. I will say if Garcelle wants her off the show, she shouldn't engage with her, neither should Dorit. Yes, Erica cursed her son out. Exactly. She's already apologized and has given her space. At that point, it's no more. I'm going to keep giving you that energy because why would I? I don't want to talk to you. I would understand Garcelle doing what she did if Dorit kept being racist or spoke on her and her kids in a racist way. But Dorit has made sure not to talk about Garcelle, not look at Garcelle, not speak to her, engage with her in any way. So for Garcelle to keep this going on, you look ridiculous. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say this one more time. Regarding the microaggressions, we are talking about right now, present day, this season. Dorit has not said a word to Garcelle. So there have been no microaggressions to clock because Dorit has not talked to her. Garcelle, if she's still angry at Dorit, she needs to work that out with the therapist or have another conversation with Dorit again. But you look crazy to keep trying to pick at somebody who is not talking to you. I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand, like, we're letting our love for Garcelle cloud common sense. Garcelle is not in the right here. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, Garcelle really got on my nerves. Garcelle is very passive aggressive. If there's something that you want to say to Dorit, then just say it. But all this passive aggressive behavior, like, stop. And you pride yourself on being so direct. You're obviously not. So now we get to Kyle. Oh, sorry, I lost my footing. So now Dorit says, "Look, y'all, I'm going to turn in. I'm going to bed. This was cute, but I'm done." And now we cut to Kyle's confessional, and she says that she came in looking for resolution, and Dorit came in looking for a fight, and she doesn't even know that girl. Kyle, you wanted to fight. You're just mad that Dorit clocked you and read you down, and now you want to say that, you wanted peace and resolution and she didn't. No, that's not true. Garcelle is only backing Kyle because she hates Dorit. If this is anyone else, Garcelle would not care. Yes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Kyle in her smug face, child. Yes, if you really have an issue with Dorit, address her about it, not off the back of Kyle's complaints. Yes, I agree. So now it's the next day, and we see everybody getting ready for their boat ride. So now we cut to Sutton and Garcelle in their rooms, and Sutton says, "Oh my gosh, can we talk about last night?" She says it felt like we were in divorce court. And then Garcelle says, "This fight definitely feels different." So she says it feels like a betrayal from both sides. So now Sutton says, "Well, I'm sorry they were fighting, but I wanted them to be quiet so that I could enjoy my food and enjoy the beach view." Now, don't let them arguing stop you from eating your dinner. There's no way that I would have let that stop me from eating those tacos that looked amazing and the appetizers and the drinks, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit up there and let you spoil and kill my joy because y'all are over there arguing about old stuff. Should have rode that fence like Karen Huger. Kyle lives by intention. Lady, that does not matter when your results are consistently wrong. Garcelle needs to have smoke for Kyle and Erica. Thank you. Yes, eat your beautiful dinner. Exactly. What does their drama have to do with us? That's what I thought. It just feels like Sutton and Garcelle are very desperate right now for a storyline. The way they're inserting themselves in this whole beef is weird. And Sutton, I have some choice words for you because towards the end, you really got on my nerves. So now we flash to Dorit and Erica. They're talking about what happened last night. And Dorit says that last night was the first step for her and Kyle. And then she says it was her first chance where she got to get things off of her chest, things that have been weighing her down. So Erica says, "Dorit, I have to be honest. I'm concerned about your mental health because I've been there. I've gone through the same things as you, difficult husbands, difficult situations, and things falling apart." So she says, when you're in this whole mess, you're quick-tempered, you're short, and you're overwhelmed, and it comes across as angry. So she goes on to say that she knows Dorit's heart, and she knows that Dorit is scared. And Dorit says that I want to be around people who make me feel good. So I feel Dorit on this. When she said that she's putting her foot down with Kyle, she did that with PK. I get it. Dorit right now, while she has not been my favorite and that's an understatement, right now in this season, I feel her 110%. I'm on her side. She is letting everybody know that she's not this little wallflower who's going to sit there and take it. So we now see Kathy, Jennifer Tilly, and Kyle on Kathy's room. And Jennifer Tilly's like, "Oh, yesterday was so much fun." And then she says, I hope this does not sound bad, but last night at dinner, when you and Dorit got into it, I enjoyed it." So Kathy's like, "Oh yeah, it was like watching a tennis match." Hey, DM Rocks, thank you for the super chat. hey, in my opinion, Sutton was defending Dorit, but Dorit got defensive for no reason. Okay, well, I can't wait to talk about that later on, but I see it differently. So, you know what's funny to me? Jennifer Tilly, you were just saying that you really couldn't eat your food because of them fighting. Now you're saying that you enjoyed the argument between them. I'm like, girl, which one is it? So now Kathy says, I do think that you guys need to have a conversation today and just be open. And Kyle says, well, if I feel like it. And then she says, let's just digest and see what happens. So now we see everybody in the lobby. When I tell you Dorit is me, because when Dorit came into that lobby, she did not care. She does not speak to Kyle. Kyle's sitting up there talking about I feel really awkward and I want to punish again. I said, baby, you can't punish somebody who no longer cares. Dorit is paying you dust. So she's already used to you not talking to her. She'll be okay. She will survive. I said, girl, stop. So now they all head to the boat, and we see them all in these little like golf carts. And it was funny because Garcelle and Bose are in one golf cart together, and Bose is asking Garcelle if she's ever been on a boat with all the ladies. So Garcelle says, oh yeah, in Mexico, Erica was trying to figure out her balance of pills and alcohol. And Bose was like, wait, excuse me? Like what? And Garcelle says, yeah, girl, it was a mess. Now I said, Garcelle, I hope you're ready to stand on that, because I'm pretty sure that Bose is going to run and tell Erica what you said, and this could start a fight. So I really hope that you're ready and prepared for Erica possibly getting mad at you for bringing that whole thing up about the alcohol and the pills that one season, because that was a mess. It just seems, I know it feels like Garcelle is really trying to, I guess, stir the pot and throw some little shade just to create some attention. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Yes, Garcelle said, we were a mess. We were a mess. So now, well, she cussed Garcelle's son, so she wasn't lying. True. So now, so now we see Jennifer Tilly, Sutton, and Kyle in one of the cars together. And Kyle's like, it was so crazy because Kathy was asking me for a toothbrush, and I walk in the bathroom and she's brushing her teeth with an eyeshadow brush. So we see the clip and I said, that's disgusting. Kathy, I know your breath smelled like, I don't know what it smelled like. That's so gross. You guys are in a 5-star hotel. Call down to the concierge and have them bring up a new toothbrush for you. Why are you using an eyeshadow brush to brush your teeth? That was so gross. I'm getting tired of Kathy with these little goofball antics. It feels very forced. I don't know what's going on, but it was just so weird. And also, your eyeshadow brush, I know her breath smelled disgusting. Ooh. Money can't buy you class nor common sense. Yeah, the way they laughed at Kathy using that to brush her teeth told me everything. No way they found that funny. Kathy is a rich dirtbag. Yes, very trailer trash behavior. Exactly why I don't buy her shtick. You're Mrs. Hilton and we're not dumb. Yeah, she's way too much money for these antics. Yeah, I don't know why she did that. Ugh. And like, think about that. You know how all your makeup brushes have all your old makeup on, the residue on there? Like, I'm sure her teeth were probably black and blue, whatever the breath probably was horrible. I said, oh, Kathy, I'd rather just using her finger. Ugh. There's no excuse for that. You guys are at a 5-star hotel. If anything, you could have had production go down and get you a new toothbrush. You could have had somebody, I mean, there's no explanation for that. There is no explanation for that. She was better off rinsing with mouthwash for like a good minute. That would have cleaned her mouth a lot better than just brushing your teeth with your makeup brush. Like, what are we doing? Kathy needs attention, rich and bored. Ugh. Yeah, just ugh. You said homeless, not toothless. Oh goodness. So now, we see them on the boat, and Captain Theo has Sutton's attention. Sutton's giving him this long handshake. She's like, oh, I think he's cute. She goes on to say that it's just so sexy listening to him talk about the emergency situations. Then she says that she wants him to park his ship into her harbor. I said, okay, Sutton. Oh, all right, girl. I said, not Miss Prude Sutton, who was having a meltdown at Magic Mike, talking about she's on the board of the American Ballet Association and can't be seen at such places. Now she's talking about, oh, she wants him to park his ship into her harbor. I said, okay. But we see that it's time for lunch. And was anybody else getting a bit annoyed by Kathy trying to tell the chef how to cook? I said, this man is a trained chef. He went to school for several years on how to give delicious meals. You know, he does not need instruction from you. And then when Kathy was like, well, I know how to barbecue too. I said, okay, and leave the chef alone and let him do his job. Like, that was so grating to me. Like, girl, she can't help herself. Yeah, stay in her lane and shut up. Why is Kathy on this show, child? Kathy was cool for the first 2 seasons as a friend of, but now her antics have grown stale and old, and I'm over it. Sutton pretends she's a prude. Andy's obsessed with her. True. So now they sit down to eat, and meanwhile, Dorit and Erica are at the bar downstairs ordering drinks. So Kyle's like, oh, where are Erica and Dorit? So they're like, oh, well, we don't know. So now Kyle turns to Garcelle, and she's like, did she say hi to you today? And Garcelle says no. And I said, why would Dorit say hello to Garcelle? Garcelle does not like her. Also, if Garcelle is so pressed for hello, then why don't you say hi to Dorit first then? I'm not understanding this. If I claim that I don't like you, we don't get along, we've established our mutual dislike for each other, I'm not expecting you to say hello to me or give me any, niceties. Like, it's not making sense. And when they showed the clip of when Dorit came down to the lobby and said hi to everybody except for Garcelle, Garcelle's face looked twisted up. Go back and watch it again if you didn't see that. But I said, Garcelle, there's no reason for that screw face when you don't like this lady. It's just, y'all, am I living in the Twilight Zone? Let me know. Like, I feel like I'm living in an alternate universe sometimes, because the way the Garcelle fans are trying to act like what I'm saying is crazy, I feel like I'm going insane. Now, Garcelle, if Dorit and Kyle make up and they both come for your neck, I don't want to see any tears. That part. I'm going to need Garcelle to have a convo with Dorit or shush. I agree. Okay, I'm not crazy. We're all okay. Thank y'all. It makes me feel like I'm going nuts sometimes, because I like to think that I'm using my I know I have reasoning and logic. So now, they sit down. They're eating. Can we talk about that spread for just a minute? They had lobster, shrimp skewers. I said, chef's kiss. Potomac, please take note, because Potomac, they'll have parties or events, and we're seeing hot dogs and Franks and beans on foil, and then if we're lucky, we'll see maybe a croissant or two, maybe a grape and a slice of cheese, and that's it. But Potomac, please take notes. Y'all go on vacation. We're seeing you guys chomping down on Subway sandwiches, a $5 foot long. Help me understand. Well, Beverly Hills might not eat, but they do have a nice spread in front of them. So, child, listen, a charcuterie board in Potomac is 2 grapes, 1 cracker, a piece of a strawberry. That's it. And maybe some tap water on the side. Mia was giving steak and lobster. Yeah, at the strip club. So now, so they're eating, and now, oh, Kyle goes on to ask everybody how they all slept. So Sutton says that she didn't sleep well. She has allergies or something. And sorry guys, I lost my train of thought. Okay. She says that that's what happens when you have allergies. So Kathy says, oh yeah, and also you've been talking a lot as well. I said, oh girl, the shade of it all. Kathy be giving them some low-key reads, and they let her say that slick stuff because they're afraid of her. But it couldn't be me, girl. If you want to shade me, I give it to you right back. So now Kyle says, oh yeah, you have been talking a lot. And then she says that she's a sore throat. And then Sutton says, well, speaking of a sore throat, you and Dorit spoke a lot at dinner as well. And I'm curious to see how you two are doing. So Dorit starts it off first. And she says, I felt like I needed to get things off of my chest because it had been building. I'm angry, frustrated, and hurt. And it came from a deep place. So then she goes on to say that she does love Kyle and she doesn't hate her. So Kyle says, I appreciate that a lot. And of course, here goes Kyle for a dramatic effect. Here come the almost waterworks. She gets choked up with the tears bubbling in her eyes. So she says, we're both going through so much. And when I care about somebody, it weighs on me when we're not getting along. So she says that they both have important life things happening. And it's just so stupid. So Dorit says, well, the irony of this all is that our husbands are closer than ever, and you and I are as far apart as we've ever been. So she says, I'm open to close that gap. And then she says that she feels optimistic and there are more conversations to have, and they don't have to be so toxic. Now, let me know, am I reading too much into this? But when Dorit was saying all this, did you notice how the camera panned to Garcelle, and Garcelle's facial expression to me was just a bit strange? It just feels like at this point, Garcelle's just the hate that she has for Dorit, she can't even hide it. I don't understand why Garcelle looks so bothered with Dorit saying, well, I do want to work things out with you, Kyle. I still love you. I'm open to, going forward in our friendship. And that's all I want for you. Like, I don't understand why Garcelle's mean mugging Dorit when she's talking to Kyle. Yes, Garcelle. Yep. I saw Garcelle and I was over it. Yep. Keep us out the group chat. They're going to be friends soon. Yeah, they are. So now, they all toast to that. And now we see Garcelle say that she wants to go down to the bottom of the boat. So Kyle says that she needs to go find her phone and, talk to her children, make sure that they're okay. And we see her and Garcelle go off. So now we Sutton and Dorit go off to another part of the boat as well to talk. So we get right back on over to Garcelle and Kyle. And I thought it was so cute because on the boat, they had these gorgeous Hermes towels, and the way Kyle wanted to take them, she said, wait, can we take these? Are these towels are they from the boat, or did Kathy buy these? I want them. I said, girl, you have more than enough money to go and buy those same exact towels. You'll be okay. But those towels were really pretty. Oh, we have Belize in the house. Yes, welcome. Come on in. Yes, she did not look happy with Dorit and Kyle coming to a bit of peace. Yes. Yes. Garcelle does not like her. She thinks she is fake and does not believe her. And that's fine for her to feel that way, but it is coming off as a bit of an obsession where every time Dorit talks, she's always making a face or trying to insert herself in their conversation. If you don't like somebody, listen. Here's how I know that Garcelle wants Dorit's attention, because the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. When you are truly over somebody, you don't feel anything towards them. You don't feel one way about them or the other. So when you still have strong emotions towards somebody, whether you can't stand them, then that means that there's something there. If Garcelle were truly over Dorit like she claims, there would be nothing. She'd be indifferent. She wouldn't feel any type of way when she saw Dorit. So with saying that, Garcelle needs to suck it up and say, hey, Dorit, can we have another conversation? Because I still feel a type of way towards you. Because again, if she were over Dorit the way she claims that she was, there would not be all these faces and, looking all screwed, face looking all screwed up like this and trying to shade her when she's not even talking to her. She'd be indifferent. She'd be apathetic. She would not have any feelings towards Dorit, good or bad. But the fact that she just can't stand Dorit this much, that means that there are still feelings there. That's why when people say that they hate you, just know that they're closer to liking you, because if somebody who doesn't care about you, they're indifferent. It's like when people say that they hate their ex, that means there's still some love there. Because when you're over your ex, that means that you don't feel anything about them. You wish them well, and when their name is brought up, you don't feel bad. You don't feel any way. You don't feel one way or the other towards them. That's when you know that you've moved on. But Garcelle has not moved on from this situation with Dorit and is coming across as passive aggressive and just weird energy. So just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. So anyhow, Garcelle and Dorit, Garcelle and Dorit, Garcelle and Kyle are talking. And why do I keep losing my spot with my notes? Forgive me, y'all. So anyhow, Garcelle's asking Kyle how she's feeling, and Kyle says, I do feel a lot better. I feel like we're moving in the right direction. So now, they're talking about that. And now Garcelle says everybody's going through something, but for me, I'm trying to figure out me. And now she starts crying and she says, the boys are about to leave. I'm having a hard time figuring out what's next for me as a woman. It's overwhelming. Then she says she's trying to find the missing piece. Is it a partner? Is it not having a partner? And Kyle she can share in that sentiment, because she says, well, I get that too. It's scary when your kids leave and people say that your kids are not your whole identity, but for her, it was. Now, a quick question. Well, I'm going to just say it straight up. I feel like we have heard this story before, right? I feel like we've heard this before from Garcelle about trying to figure out her life and navigate with her boys growing up and getting older. A few of y'all on social media have said that you feel like Garcelle has been coasting and has not had a strong storyline in a long time. And that, again, we've heard this before. What do you guys think? Oh, okay. Garcelle has Giselle's storyline. Garcelle keeps replaying this storyline. It sounds like a Giselle storyline. Yes. Garcelle has no storyline. Okay, yeah, we're definitely, okay, I see you guys kind of have the same sentiment. She's been coasting for a few seasons. Okay, I feel that way too. I said, yeah, she felt this way last season too. Remember, she talked to her son on the beach, and he said that he feels like she doesn't give him enough freedom, and she was, emotional about that. I feel like it's been, same storyline, different season. Garcelle needs a storyline. Garcelle's sprinkling in her work life, but she needs more. Yes, I agree. I like the movie production and the modeling. Well, we let it slide because she's likable and was coming out the villains next, but it's glaringly obvious now. Yes. We need to see a solid relationship from her. I would like to see Garcelle dating and just out and about. Like that would be fun to see. Like, we don't need to see, we don't need all the ins and outs, but that would be cute to see her just, with her other friends or just doing, I don't know. I'm just like, Garcelle, it is a bit obvious that the storyline is waning, because we have heard this story before about how you feel a bit lost and you feel like you want to find yourself and you don't know what's missing. We've heard this now for the last 2 years. Her story is showing what happens to women her age and what they think about. If the storyline is the same both seasons, then you know it's real. That's true. That's what Erica said. I want Garcelle to have a love life, friends, outings, yes. I don't think that Bose will find beef with Garcelle. I don't think that at all. But she has no drama. I think it's because she does not want to share. Yeah, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe Garcelle is holding back. I could see that. Garcelle's very, she holds all her cards close to the vest. I could see that too. Yes, your kids cannot be your only storyline. What happened with Cherie? Oh, yeah, Cherie was one and done. Cherie didn't really bring anything as a friend of. And then when she went to that birthday party and she shared the gift, she wrote her name on the gift that Garcelle had bought. I said, oh, girl, Cherie, you can go. Do you think Kyle's issue with Dorit is that she might like her more than friends? I feel like in the past seasons, Kyle's mentioned something to prove her loyalty to Dorit. That's never crossed my mind. I mean, I don't put anything past. I don't think that's it. I mean, I've seen those theories floating around about that, but I don't think that Kyle has a hidden crush on Dorit. If anything, I could see the rumors about Kyle and Teddi being a bit closer, like she is with Morgan, but I don't think that it's a secret crush with Dorit. I mean, I could be wrong, but who knows? Cherie left the show after the Will slap. Oh, child. You said once she takes that burgundy wig off, then she can progress. Y'all are too much. Yes, did you see Kyle and Morgan pics at lunch with Rinna? I saw that. Did you guys look? It looks like Kyle and Morgan are back together. I said, all right. I said, okay, season 15, we might get Kyle with a smile on her face again and another music video giving us, I'm not even going to say it. You guys get on me every time I say that music video gave Pornhub and Brazzers. So anyhow, well, I didn't mean to get off track, but you guys, the chat is always funny. So Kyle brings up, Garcelle goes on to ask, how's Mauricio doing? And Kyle said he's good. He came over for Mother's Day. And then Garcelle points out how Dorit mentioned that Mauricio and PK are super close, really connected. So Kyle says, well, how about this? PK does reach out to me. So Garcelle's like, wait, what? So I mentioned this in my last recap, but Kyle, I'm almost certain that if the shoe were on the other foot, if Dorit was over there texting Mauricio, asking him how he was doing, you would be livid. You would be calling Dorit everything but a child of God, saying how she's a horrible friend. But now you want to sit up there and joke around and have a key about how you're texting and sending memes and funny videos to her soon-to-be ex-husband. My mind is blown. And did you guys see that newest story? I think it was Radar Online, somebody, but allegedly, let me put that allegedly in there. Allegedly, somebody caught Dorit coming out of Mauricio's condo the other day, allegedly. And we all know the rumors about how there's always been some secret love affair between Dorit and Mauricio. So if that's the case, I feel no ways about it. Because, girl, you sitting up there texting her husband, but not texting her. And then on top of that, you downplayed your friendship. You said it yourself that you guys were never close. So if that's the case, Dorit has no loyalty to you then. Child, if this story is true, that she was allegedly coming out of his apartment and there is something there, I'm going to scream. And I want to know what Kyle's going to say about that. Because it's all funny games for you to be texting her husband a mess. I think there is an affair. I support Dorit and Mo. Maybe they were all swinging. You know, that could have been a possibility. Imagine that mess next season. Dorit Umansky next season. Yep, Kyle's the worst type of friend. Dorit is giving me hood and I'm here for it. Garcelle was gagging at that info. She sure was. You know Garcelle can't wait to go and tell that. Dorit needs to pull a Jesus jugs. Yeah. Child. Oh, listen, I was thinking that too. You said, ain't nobody sleeping with PK. I support women's rights and wrong, so go ahead, Dorit. Oh, you said you believe that Bronwyn picked up child from me? Oh, I'm screaming. Either that or Bronwyn has quite a few Black friends. So either that. But yeah, Bronwyn definitely does. She definitely talks like she's surrounded by because those reeds and the little black scent she puts on from time to time. Yeah, Kyle don't want PK. Dorit and Mauricio would look good together. I don't think Dorit would do that. I can't believe. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is all alleged. This is all alleged. All alleged. We don't. I'm not saying that it's true, but the blog came out saying that somebody caught Dorit in the wee hours of the morning coming out of his condo. I don't know if it's true or not. That's why I said alleged. So we'll see, right? Oh, remember, Mo did say he's attracted to Dorit out of all the women. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, when him and PK were like, if you weren't with your wife, who would you pick? And I think PK said Erica. Did he say Erica or Lisa Rinna? No, yeah, Mauricio did say Dorit. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right. Hate to say it, but Mo and Dorit make a beautiful couple. Allegedly. Yep, allegedly. Oh, he said Lisa Rinna. He said Lisa. Oh, it was Lisa Rinna. Okay, Lisa Rinna. Thank you for the correction. Mo couldn't wait to say that. PK always had a thing for Erica. But then Erica said at one of the reunions that she had met PK years ago before she was married to Tom, or she was still married to Tom. And she said that he came up to her with a friend asking if her and her friend were in porn. Remember that? And then Dorit was like, oh, I never heard that story. Dorit was bothered. So yes, he has always had a thing for Miss Erica. Dorit has a crush on Mo. I mean, Dorit is a baddie. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Dorit was pissed when Erica said that. She was like, girl, what are you trying to say? So now we see Dorit and Sutton talking. And Sutton says, Dorit, I just want you to know that I've been thinking about you. What you're going through is hard. I went through that too, a separation and a divorce. So she says, you can lean on me a little bit. And I said, now, girl, what does that mean? You can lean on me a little bit. Like, don't offer me no half-assed support. You're either going to support me. If you're going to be a listening ear, then be a listening ear. But don't offer me some half-assed support saying, oh, well, you can lean on me just a little bit, though. I'm like, girl, keep that. Yup, remember? Yup, yes, he was. That's why her and Erica had beef when Dorit first joined the show over Pantygate. I remember that. Sutton always making it about her. Yeah, Sutton does do that sometimes. Her and Kyle. So Sutton says that she goes back to that time because when her and her ex-husband divorced, her son James was the same age as Dorit's son Jagger now. So she says that the whole process took 3 years. And she's like, Dorit, just ask yourself, is this what you want your life to look like? Dorit makes it clear that she feels like she's been stretched thin. She can't do this anymore. She's just tired. She just wants peace. Did I miss my, sorry guys. Oh, so Sutton, so Dorit goes on to say that she's never felt more alone, more vulnerable, more lonely. And then she says that Sutton and herself have never forged a close friendship. So they show the clips of them arguing throughout the years. And then Dorit says that she's grateful and appreciative for this new wave of support from someone unexpected. So, and it's clear that Dorit and Sutton are still at odds today, because did you guys see that interview? Did you guys see when I think Sutton, Lisa Barlow from SLC, Ashley from Potomac, and Jessel from New York, they went to London for the Hey You panel. It's like a BravoCon in London. So Lisa and Sutton played a game, and it was a shady game. And so Sutton was like Lisa was like, oh, this person lives above their means and she's on your cast. And Sutton goes, oh, you mean Dorit? So then Sutton also made some joke about, well, with all that plastic surgery, anybody could be pretty. So now we see Dorit in an interview and she says, oh yeah, I saw what she said about me. And my question is, if that's the case, then how come Sutton has not gotten plastic surgery herself? I said, oh, girl. I said, Dorit, you better read. I said, you better read. I said, girl. But Dorit, but I said, Sutton, you started that, because why would you try to shade her like that? You could say what you want. Listen, I will never, whether I like or, I'm indifferent about a housewife. If a housewife looks good, I will always give them their 10s. Lisa Rinna used to wear me out, but she always looked good. Dorit, she's gone on my nerves. Dorit has a very pretty face. I will never sit up there and deny that. So for Sutton to say that, I'm like, girl, why would you say that? Plastic surgery or not, Dorit is a pretty woman. You can't deny that. So for you to say that, you look like a hater. I'm just saying. Yeah, Dorit got her back. Sutton deserved that response. She did. Yeah, Sutton starts stuff and then hides her hands. And Beverly Hills is a very good-looking cast. But yeah, Dorit is a pretty woman. We don't have to sit up there and lie. So for Sutton to say that, I said, Sutton, are you sure you want to say that? Are you sure you want to say that? Remember how PK got you together last season when you tried to shade his looks? And he said, now, Miss Mamas, you are nobody's Dorit. You should hope that you get somebody. You better hope you get a man at all with the way you look. I said, damn, PK went in. He said, girl, you might not think I'm handsome, but how dare you try to shade me? Child. Okay. PK wasn't having it, and neither was Dorit. Well, both were correct. Money well spent, and Sutton spends some money. Damn, y'all have me screaming. Yeah, remember last season when Sutton she had the matchmaker and she had Dorit come to her house, and Dorit was like, oh yeah, I want to find you somebody. And then Sutton threw that shade towards PK, and she said, well, if Dorit can manage to be attracted to PK, then I'm sure that I can manage to be, to like somebody. And P said, excuse me, what? And he went on a rant. He was like, girl, you are no Dorit. He said, baby, you better hope you can find somebody. Child. You said at least Sutton has the money to spend. No, Sutton does not look bad. Sutton looks good. He's just saying, baby, like, stop, just stop, okay? And I think that this is Sutton's best season. I love the long hair on her. The fashions have picked up, not so matronly. Sutton is looking good this season, but she should have kept her mouth shut talking about Dorit, okay? Nobody said that Sutton is unattractive. The PK was just saying, don't bring him in it, calling him ugly. You can't start with somebody, talk about their looks, and then you get mad when they shade you. The moral of the story is keep your mouth shut. But no, Sutton is looking really good this season. The long hair, I want her to keep that. That is chef's kiss on her. So now we have oh yeah, so they're going back and forth. Dorit's appreciative for Sutton's support. So now we see Jennifer Tilly, Bose, Kathy Hilton, and Erica at the table. Now, this conversation, I said, Jennifer Tilly, I gotta tap you on the wrist. I gotta tap you on the wrist. So JT, no, not J, not. Why am I saying JT? I have Jennifer Tilly's initials on my notes. So Bose is telling how she has a man, and her man is handsome. So Bose says that she met her new boyfriend through his nephew. She's like, my man, my man, my man. They've been dating for 8 months. He's kind and successful, generous, and fine as hell. So Kathy is asking Bose, when she, like, how was she when she first went through what she went through? We all know that Bose is a widow. And Bose says that, listen, dating after being dating while, being a widow and then dating, it has not been easy. She says that men are intimidated by her success, her height. She doesn't know what it is. But she says in this new relationship, she's tuned in because in her last relationship before this one, she was lied to. The man was a con artist. What do I always say, y'all? Listen, y'all, if you are a successful woman, please do your due diligence, because a lot of these men are scammers, grifters, leeches, male gold diggers. So please do your due diligence, vet these men correctly. So she says that it was a simple question. She found out that he was a liar. She asked him, was he still sleeping with his ex? And he said yes. So now Jennifer Tilly says that she also dated a con artist as well. And he was an interior designer, but he was a grifter. He would tell her things like, I'm going to be in Vanity Fair. I'm going to be on a billboard on Sunset Boulevard. And, again, he had moderate success, but he did not have the money that she did. So we find out from Miss Jennifer Tilly that when they went on dates, she would hand that fool her credit card under the table so that it looked like he was paying. I said, Jennifer Tilly, are you serious right now? Are you telling me that you were also dealing with bums? Is that what you're telling me? I said, what are we saying here? Girl, the minute that you found out he was a con artist, it should have been a chop immediately. We do not deal with bums. And here is my question. When these bums ask for your credit card, so it looks like they're paying, do they not realize that the waiter or the waitress looks at the name of the card and they see a man handing them Jennifer Tilly's American Express card? They know that she's paying for it, dummy. Like, when women get with these losers and y'all are doing this kind of stuff, do you guys not realize that the server, they know what you're doing? They know that they see a woman's name on the card, so you're clearly not fooling anybody. That makes sense to you? And also, it's very obvious when people do that because the vibe is uncomfortable. You're fidgeting under the table. You're like this. What are we doing here? Please don't ever let any desperation take over like that. I don't care how bad you want a man. I don't care how long you've been single or whatever. It is never that deep. It is never that deep where you have to do something like that. Child, you thought of me when Jennifer Tilly told that story. They have no pride. Listen, I said, what? There's no pride at all. I said, Jennifer, I don't want to hear that. At least pay cash. Exactly. If I was a waitress, I'd be messy and give her the card and receipt. Yes. And that's what usually happens. And I've seen a lot of people say that on social media where they'll see women out with bums and they'll see that it was her card and they'll give it to the woman. Like, I know it was her who paid for it. That's embarrassing. That is just, Jennifer Tilly, I don't ever want to hear that again. I know you have a new boyfriend, and I hope that your new boyfriend has money, and I hope that he's treating you. And you know what's the craziest part? And I said this on Bluesky, but the same women who will bankroll men will be the same women who are cheap and stingy with their friends who are going through a hard time. Let's quickly talk about that. I can't stand the way women worship men. Y'all will sit up here, desperate women will sit up there and pay for a man, pay bills for a man, which is crazy. Give a man money, pay for dates, but yet let your girlfriend say that she's short on money or whatever, or you guys are out to dinner and your friend can't eat, you're gonna let her starve. You'll let your friend starve, but you'll feed a grown, able behind man. What are we talking about? Crazy. Yes, her man is a professional poker player. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I was gagged when Jennifer Tilly told that story. And is it just me, or did you get the impression that Bose dealt with that too in her last relationship? Because when she was like, why do they do that? Where does that come from? I said, Bose, let me find out that you were also dating with men who made you pay for the days. That's what it was sounding like when she said that. I could read between the lines. Yes, Bluesky's a new Twitter. Get on Bluesky is good. At least she did not marry him like Dorit child. Yes. Yeah, Brooke would grab Jennifer's hand and gently tell her, "No, ma'am." Exactly. He's a professional poker player, and you know that Jennifer Tilly is also a poker player too. They do it. They play together. Child, yes, you can do bad all by yourself. Exactly. But I was clutching my pearls. I said, never, not in this lifetime or the next. I can see a lot of insecure men doing that with Bose. But just if you've ever done that, if you're doing that currently, I want you to stop. I want you to say, shout out to everybody. I have fun, and know that you can do better. You deserve a man who will treat you to all the dates and give you flowers and all that stuff. Okay. You deserve the best. I need you to know that. You should not be sitting up there with these men, sliding him your card or sliding him some cash. Stop. So now the boat ride is over, and as they're leaving, Sutton is writing down her number, and Dorit is going to give it to Captain Theo. So Kathy tells Captain Theo to carry Sutton off the boat because her legs are weak. And the captain does carry Sutton off. Sutton she was just in all her glory, okay? She was holding on to Captain Theo. It was too cute. So Sutton goes on to say that it was nice to be in his arms. And now we see Dorit giving the Captain Theo Sutton's number. Now, personally, y'all know know me. I don't like seeing women shoot shots, or like I just feel if a man wants you, he'll do that. He'll come up to you and give you his number. You know, I felt like if Captain Theo wanted Sutton, he would have let it be known. They didn't have to do all that. I feel like they definitely made Sutton the butt of the jokes about her being single and her not having any luck with men. And I feel a bit bad because she definitely is sort of like the punching bag when it comes to that. They're always teasing her about that. Always. So now they get back to the hotel. They're all getting ready. And now we see them all at the bar, the hotel bar, getting ready. They're at the hotel bar waiting. I thought that Bose, I loved the outfit. I thought she looked beautiful. I thought Erica looked good as well. Kyle was definitely kind of understated. She had a white button down, very crisp, chic, but just very like simple, but still very chic. She looked good. I didn't love Garcelle's outfit. I didn't love Sutton's outfit. Yeah. Jennifer Tilly's dress, I didn't love it, but that's her style. She's very eccentric. So I guess I'll give her that. But yeah, I didn't love the three of them and the outfits. But I guess Jennifer Tilly gets a pass because she's very, I guess, outlandish with her taste. Y'all said the captain was mid. Y'all are screaming. Oh gosh. So now they're at the table. The table was set up beautifully. They always have gorgeous centerpieces on Beverly Hills, like just chef's kiss. So now Bose is talking about she wants to send some pics to her man. And now Kyle's asking Kathy if she's ever sent nudes to Rick. Now, I don't know why they would ask Kathy that. We know Kathy's not sending Rick anything. She barely knows how to use her own phone or her iPad. So please. But Kathy's talking about, no, they have some pictures in the safe in the bank. And Kyle's like, girl, who puts nude photos in a vault in the bank? Erica had me on the floor. She said, ew. So now Kathy's talking about the mirrored ceilings and at Caesar's Palace in Vegas are so sexy. And I said, okay, girl. I said, all right, Kathy. I mean, Kathy seems very like conservative about that. So trying to hear her talk about sex, it didn't land for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So she's like in the same category as Sutton. So now, so there, dinner's going on, and Garcelle, I have to I gotta tap you again. For the Garcelle stands, feel free to be upset. Garcelle says, Dorit, I have a question. You reposted something that Teddi wrote. And my thing was, Garcelle, why are you questioning somebody that you claim you can't stand? You've made it clear you don't like Dorit. You think that she's a Karen. You think that she's long-winded, talks too much. She's not your cup of tea. You guys are not friends. That's fine. But here's where you lose me, when you're questioning her about her reposting something or somebody on Instagram. Why do you care? Why do you care? It's getting weird. You don't like this lady. And I still believe that you want attention from her, because for you to keep pestering her when you've made it clear you don't like her, what are we doing? So Dorit says, Teddi tagged me in a post promoting her dad's concert. So Kyle interjects and she says, no, it's a video of us singing on stage with her dad. Now, my thing is, who cares? Why are we arguing about this? I don't want to talk about Teddi. Teddi's no longer on the show, thank God. But why is this even a topic? Like we're grasping at straws here. So Sutton says that Dorit is being contradictory. And now Garcelle says, when we spoke about it earlier, you said you weren't friends with her. Why are you clocking who Dorit is or isn't friends with? Why do you care? You don't like her. It doesn't matter. And Dorit did not say that. Production played the tapes back, and Dorit said, we're friends, but we're not close friends. Why do you care? Why does she care, and why does she want to know? Why are you following somebody you don't like? Exactly. So Garcelle goes on to say that she wants to call out Dorit because it's a hypocritical move. How was it hypocritical? Can we talk about the hypocrisy in you pestering, trying to keep going after somebody who you don't like, who you've said you want Dorit to leave you alone? She's doing just that. So why are you now trying to force conversation with her when you said you don't like her? And why are you questioning her about Teddi Mellencamp? And why do you care? Even if Dorit did say that they weren't friends or they were friends, why does it matter? That doesn't change anything in your life. That doesn't affect you in the least bit. And you don't even like this lady. So what is this conversation? Thank you. Over a repost. It's ridiculous. I think production is making her do it. Yes. Fake excuses to be mad. Not only was she loud and proud, she was wrong. She was very wrong. Yes, Garcelle asking all the questions was odd. It was really bizarre. It was strange. So Dorit says, I never said that. I said I'm not close to her. I said she's my friend, but she wouldn't categorize us as super close. And that's okay. We all have different tiers of friends. You have your friends who are strictly for going out to eat, shopping, partying. You have your friends where you can have deep conversations with. You have people where it's only shallow conversation. It's different levels. Everybody's not a best friend. Everybody's not a close friend. And the older you get, let me not before I don't want to sound so cynical, but the older you get and the better you do in life, friends drop off like flies. Okay, so that's another story for another day, another topic for another day. But it's not all this elementary school, middle school best friendship the older you get, especially as things get better for you. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But Dorit said nothing wrong, and when they played the tapes back, she did indeed say, we're friends, me and Teddi, but we would not be considered close friends. And she would even say that herself. So Dorit did not lie. And then you have Erica whispering to Kyle, that's not what she said. I said, Erica, please stop. Be quiet. Dorit's not lying. She did say that Teddi's my friend. We're just not close. Everybody's getting on my nerves. Like, child, this episode wore me out. I said, y'all are doing way too much. I mean, I was getting annoyed with everybody. Erica was getting on my nerves. Kyle was getting on my nerves. Satin, Garcelle. I said, damn. The only people who I'm enjoying are Bose and Dorit. And Jennifer Tilly's cool. Kathy Hilton is wearing me thin with these stupid antics. But yeah, like, everybody else is being really annoying. So now Dorit says, well, I'm happy to promote her father, and I was happy to repost it. So Kyle's like, do we honestly think that John Mellencamp, a rock and roll Hall of Famer, needs Dorit's help on Instagram? I said, Kyle, it's not about that. The point of the matter is she reposted it, and that's what it is. Why do you care? Dorit never said that she was, she's a big deal and she's doing all this stuff for John Mellencamp. She simply said, I was tagged in the post and I reposted it. Why are we getting bent out of shape over Teddi Mellencamp and a simple Instagram repost? Are we okay? Is everybody well? Y'all need to go see the lady. I'm serious. Please call 1-800-GO-SEE-THE-LADY because y'all, a lot of y'all need help. You guys are grasping at straws. Y'all are reaching. Exactly. Dorit was tagged. Exactly. Dorit said what she said and didn't lie. Kyle, Garcelle, and Erica were wrong. They were. Them ragging on her was so annoying over nothing. Exactly. So now we have Sutton. She's like, I want you guys to all stand up. She wants them all to have some sisterhood moment. She wrote down this speech to recite. And it's all about how friendships aren't perfect. So she says, guys, put your hand in the middle like this. And then she's going to tie a ribbon over everybody. And it's a cute little ritual for their friendship to be intact. Erica was over it. She says, girl, what are we? Are we in cheer camp? Like, what is this? I said, now, Sutton, y'all know good and well that y'all are about to be fighting in 5 seconds. So this little ritual about sisterhood is not going to work. Yes. Okay. Can we talk about that? They say Teddi is staying with Kyle, allegedly. Yes. Did y'all see that article that came out saying that Teddi, her and her husband are divorcing because she was cheating with the horse trainer? And mind you, Teddi's soon-to-be ex-husband, Edwin, he was handsome. He was really cute. She cheated on him. I mean, the guy that she cheated with was the horse trainer. I said, girl, what? I said, okay, girl. All right. But yeah, Teddi, okay. But yeah, they're saying that Teddi is now staying with Kyle and it's a great situation. So folks are saying, it's giving that the rumors were true all along about Teddi and Kyle having some cute little moments, giving very much her and Morgan Wade. Okay. Child, is she broke? Why is she living with Kyle? Teddi just be doing any old thing. The guy she cheated with had a face like a slapped arse. Oh my god. Y'all have me in tears. Oh my gosh. I hope Teddi's not coming back. I hope she's not coming back. But I could see Kyle using this as a big storyline. Them, her and Teddi as one big happy family. Throw Morgan into the mix, honey. Some cute little throuple. I could see it. Y'all have me in tears. Isn't it weird to say you're friends with somebody while not being close to them? No, that's not weird at all. I have different tiers of friends. You have close friends and you have friends that you're not close with. It doesn't mean that you guys are beefing. It just means that every friend is not a close friend. And that's life. Every friend you have your social friends. You have friends where you only go out to eat with and you'll invite them to stuff. They'll invite you to stuff, but you're not close friends. They don't know anything deep about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every friend is not a super close best friend, like sister type. That's not life. That's not reality. What Dorit said was correct. We are friends, but we're not close friends. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You have people, for those of you guys who work corporate jobs, you have work friends. You only see them at work or at work functions. But outside of work, you guys don't connect. Yes. Every friend, you have different levels of friend. There's different levels of friendship. Yes. Some are really associates. You have your social friends where you only see them out and about, but that's what it is. Yes, work friends, church friends, school friends, all valid, and you're not super close, but you have a good time with them. Exactly. Yes, Dorit should have said friendly to be understood by all. I have friends where we go out to dinner, out of town, tell everything with. I have friends. Yes, you have friends where you strictly go out to have fun, zipping it and zooming it together. And that's it. You get drunk. Like you said, you have friends that you go out and get drunk with, and that's it. It's nothing deeper than that. You guys go out, have a good time. That's it, and that's all. And that's life. There's levels to friendship. Yeah, there's levels to everything in life. Only Black folks like us say associates on the regular. Exactly. Everyone else just says friends. There's levels to this ish. Exactly. Yes, you have your turn up friends and then your close besties. That's exactly what it is. So now we have so yeah, they do their little sisterhood ritual, and now it's the next morning, the last day of the trip. They're all packing up, and now they're on the Sprinter van headed to the private jet. So Sutton says that she didn't sleep that well last night, but she's happy that they did the ritual. And she says the point she wanted to make is that they can have disagreements and still be truthful and honest. So now Dorit says, as long as we're being open and honest. And Sutton says, well, yeah, let's do it. So now Sutton brings up how Erica last night at dinner whispered to Kyle. And remember how Erica said, that's not what Dorit said. I don't remember that. That's what she's mentioning. That's what she's referencing. So Sutton says that Erica is talking behind Dorit's back and she feels awkward being in a group with folks who will talk behind your back for everybody to hear. Now, in my opinion, Sutton, production had to put you up to this because I didn't think that was a big deal for you to call this out, especially since you guys had just patched things up. I don't know why you had to point that out, that Erica whispered that to Kyle. It wasn't that deep. And it just felt like you wanted to stir something up and you got the fight that you wanted. So Erica says, well, you thought the same thing, like you thought it. And now Dorit says, I remember saying, I consider Teddi a friend. I just would not categorize her as a close friend. And once again, we just went over this. You have different categories of friends, as you should. If everybody that you meet is a close friend to you, there's something wrong. There's a boundary issue, there's a validation issue, because people getting close to you and really knowing, the ins and outs and what you've been through, that should be reserved for a very few select people. When you're in, when we're young, when we're little kids, childhood, of course we say everybody's my close friend, everybody's my bestie. But as you get older, your circle should be like a dot. Everybody else, yes, you can mix and mingle with, go out to eat with, whatever. But if you're saying that you have 20 close friends, there's a problem. I'm so sorry. You got some snakes up in there, okay, honey? Like you're saying, if you have 10 close friends, I'm also saying, girl, you need to watch out. You don't have you don't have more than like, oof. And especially in these times, I'm like, if you have one close friend, you are blessed. If you're talking about you have 5 close friends, I'm going to ask you to reevaluate and really look over some things. I'm serious, especially if you are really killing it in life, if you have the whole package, if you're pretty, intelligent, have a great job, great spouse, money in the bank, you're doing well, body's tea. I don't know about you having all these close friends. The more successful, the more you're leveled up in life, you don't really have any friends. I'm just saying, y'all. So all this talk about, people getting mad at Dorit over what she said nothing wrong. Everybody's not your close friend. It's okay to have little social friendships, and that's it. It's nothing deeper than that. But yeah, I'm on Dorit's side about that. They're friends, friendly, but they're not close, and it is what it is. That's how Crystal lost all her 14 friends, screaming, I got 35-year plus friends, and it's only 2 of them. Other than those 2, I just have my husband. Exactly. Lucky her, child. There are so many close friends I had since childhood that I found out were either jealous of me or secretly hated me. Yes, I'm just telling you. Just saying. Yes, you have a few good friends. My best friend passed in 2021. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. I'm not interested in any other close or best friends, but I do have a few good friends that I love, and that's okay. Yeah. And honestly, I think after a certain age, if I'm gonna be honest, the only best friend I have is myself, my mother, my siblings, and the good Lord. Okay, everybody else, friends, friendly. Yeah, but that whole best friend stuff, no. If you ask me who my best friend is, it's myself. Like, yeah. I feel like that whole best friend thing, after a certain age, I mean, I'm not 5 years old anymore. I'm not in middle school. My best friend is me. um But God bless people who do have best friends, okay? God bless y'all. God bless. Um so so Kyle jumps in and she's like, "Well, it's not about Teddi." And Dorit says, "Well, yes it is." So now you have Sutton interjecting, and now you have Garcelle talking about Sutton interjects and she's like, "No, it's not." And now Garcelle jumps in and she's like, "Dorit just does not get it. It's not about Teddi. It's about us being able to call each other out and move on. And then it's not about Teddi, although Teddi will be thrilled that she's being mentioned on the show." Now, Garcelle, you don't like Dorit or Teddi. We know that Garcelle calls Teddi the gnat. Why are you talking about 2 women who you can't stand? I'm confused. Somebody help me out, because it's a bit troubling. Also, you are reaching to say that it's all about calling somebody out. Y'all are calling somebody out and you're wrong. She literally said at that dinner, "Me and Teddi are friends, but we are not close." So for you to try to twist up her words, act like she's lying, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Oh gosh, it's aggravating I mean, if we're going to argue about stuff on these shows, let's let the argument make sense and let it be about people who are on the cast, not about former cast members. Yeah, I'm like, Garcelle, what are we talking about? I never liked Garcelle, but I never really thought she was that girl on this show. Her timing is weird a lot of times, kind of awkward. It's definitely awkward this season. Like it's not gelling. Garcelle is not clicking for me at all this season, and I hate that. I'll give Garcelle a pass on Teddi. I love her getting whacked by anybody, but you're right. She's wrong about what Dorit said. Yes, it's like if you want to shade me, if you want to, you know, correct me on something, at least be right in what you're talking about. You have it all wrong. You're trying to clock Garcelle on something that she didn't even say. I mean, you're trying to clock Dorit on something that she did not even say. Like, why is Garcelle even talking on this exactly? Do you think Garcelle is trying too hard? It definitely feels like that this season. It does feel like that. I can't deny it. They have a slow season. I sure hope Dorit ain't playing in y'all face, as the streets are saying. Well, whether she is or she isn't, the point remains that Garcelle is acting a bit strange this season. So that doesn't change. Sutton was about to call Erica out, but Dorit interrupted her. Oh, no, you're right. You're correct. She did. So now, oh, now Dorit and Sutton get into it, right? And Dorit says, Sutton, I know exactly what this is about. And Sutton's like, ma'am. So Dorit's like, you're the one who just started yelling. So now Sutton is like really upset. And when I tell you, Kathy had me screaming, she was like, I don't know if I want to be in this group anymore. Like she's so over all the fighting. But Kathy, you knew what it was when you signed up to come back on as a friend of. So, Dorit says, what I meant when I said, we see Dorit's confessional, and she says, this is what I mean when I say that you never know which Sutton is going to show up, because this is we're seeing a different Sutton on the boat because we're seeing a different Sutton than on the boat who wanted to be there for me. Now we're seeing her coming after me on the Sprinter van. And Dorit's right. I feel like Sutton is saying one thing and doing another, because she was all just a day ago, oh, Dorit, I'm in your corner. I have your back. I'm here for you. And now you're sitting up there bringing up what I said about Teddi Mellencamp at dinner. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't know. So Dorit and Sutton are still going back and forth. And Dorit says, if we're being open and honest, it's a pattern where you yell at me, and then when I match your tone, it's, oh my God, don't yell at me. And then she says, it's getting very annoying. So Sutton says, oh my gosh, like I'm annoying. And now when I tell you, Dorit was like, girl, we're already here at the private jet, like get off the van. And Sutton was like, no, like you get off. So Dorit's like, girl, fine, like I'm done. So she walks off. They all get on the private jet. And now we hear Sutton say that she's not happy. And that's the end of the episode. Child, what was this last argument? I mean, once again, Teddi Mellencamp should not be brought up in conversation. She has not been on the show for the last 3 or 4 seasons. Sutton didn't like Erica talking about Dorit. Dorit can never mention anyone is annoying. Sutton was not, okay, so let me read the comments. Sutton was not coming for Dorit. That's because Sutton was drinking. It felt like, for me personally, I felt like Sutton was coming for Dorit. It honestly felt like to me that for you to bring this up about Erica saying what she said behind Dorit's back, and then bringing up the whole Teddi they're talking about Teddi Mellencamp and her saying that, she wasn't her close friend, or that, whatever, the close friend conversation. I just kind of felt like, Sutton, what was the point in bringing this up in the first place? I did not think that what Erica said Was that deep for you to bring that up right then and there? Can you at least wait until you guys get back to Beverly Hills? We need to do this right now. Maybe I'm off base. I'm welcome to hearing your opinions about it. But I kind of felt like Sutton started all this trouble by talking about this in the first place. Like just leave well enough alone. Can we ever have a scene where they're fine and there's no arguing? It gets a bit exhausting at times. But I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I kind of felt like Sutton was being a troublemaker, bringing this whole thing back up again. I thought Sutton was taking up more for Kyle, more so than coming for Dorit. Sutton brought it up to show how two-faced Erica was being. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Sutton was jabbing Erica, but Dorit stepped into the fray. I feel like Sutton was trying to call out Erica, but caught astray. You know what? I guess you're right, but I just feel like Sutton went about this the wrong way. Does that make sense? I feel like when emotions are high, they've been arguing the entire trip. Isn't it better to leave well enough alone when cooler heads have prevailed? This would not have even happened had Sutton just kept her mouth shut in the first place. Just my 2 cents. This would have gone on a bit smoother had Sutton waited until they were back in Beverly Hills. Sutton was coming for Erica, not saying her opinion to the whole group, just whispering to Kyle. I love the way the episode ended. It was so chaotic and unproduced. It came out of left field a little bit. Sutton needs, yes, I feel the same way. Sutton, just leave it alone. Let it go. That's what I felt. Yes, Sutton is a poor communicator. She is. The alcohol is a castmate in every episode. Sutton was trying to call out Erica, and then to read turned around and slapped her upside the head. Sutton could have just let it be and maybe brought it up at another time or not at all. Yes, I agree with that. Sutton was being aggressive to Dorit because when they were trying to get out the car, she wouldn't move. If Dorit would have shoved her, then what? Yes, I did not like that. I did not like that. I said, Sutton, why are you trying to provoke Dorit like that? That was weird. Like, girl, get out the van and get on the jet. What are we doing? That really annoyed me. Sutton put herself into mess for no reason. Yes, exactly. This did not have to happen. Had she kept her mouth shut, this whole thing is not about her. Why are you trying to be a tattletale? Talking about, oh yeah, I saw Erica whispering. Who cares, girl? Mind your business. It's giving that Sutton wants attention so bad because, what is her storyline this season? She's been talking about her divorce now since she got on the show. So I'm like, okay, girl, like, this overproducing is wearing a bit thin as well. Sutton was tore up. She was. It felt like high school women on vacation in the head. Sutton can't come at Dorit, so she picked with Sutton can't come at Erica, so she picked with Dorit. They got them as started right at the end. Hilarious. Garcelle's we need to be able to call each other out is becoming Rinna's own it. Yes. Sutton, just stay in your peacemaker bag, sis. That's it. That's all. Exactly. Dorit was trying to defend that she did not say she wasn't friends with Teddi. Exactly. She just isn't close with her. It all got misunderstood. Thank you. On the after show, Bose said Sutton is trying to be the leader. I can see that because we see later on, we see in the trailer, remember we see the super trailer and we see at one point Sutton says, I'm not going to bow down to the altar of Kyle Richards. And then she says, honestly, we don't need Kyle for this group to go on. So it's definitely giving that later on in the season, Sutton is feeling herself and she's trying to take over and kick the queen bee off the show. Is giving that. And I do think that Sutton is gunning for the #1 spot and for the center diamond. Because all this overproducing, you're inserting yourself in mess that does not involve you in the least bit. Now we're going to see you run off Kyle later on in the season. I'm like, okay. Even if you are defending me, don't be yelling in my face. Exactly that. Sutton said she's in charge of the girls. Dorit's fighting for her life this season. Yes, girl, they have Dorit on the ropes. The problem is Sutton always starts but then plays victim. She met her match with Dorit. Yep. The only queen on the show has gone. LVP. Yes, I agree. Oh my gosh, you said Sutton reminds you of Miss Patricia from Southern Charm. Yes. Sutton wants to be the head, but will end up the tail. Erica said in an interview that Sutton and Garcelle pander to the fans, and I fear she's correct. They know coming for Dorit will get them fan love on Twitter. But right now, since Dorit isn't paying either one of them really a whole lot, she's paying Garcelle dust, not really engaging with Sutton. They both look silly. Other than Bose, Erica's the only one who doesn't need a storyline. Dorit's Connecticut is coming out. Dorit is earning that first seat. She is. Erica is two-faced. She talks like that under her breath about people all the time, and it annoys me. She does it all the time. But you know what it is, though? At least when Erica is called out about it, she'll stand 10 toes down in it like, yes, girl, I did say that. I was talking about you. Like, she will own it when she's called out about it. They think we can't tell. Bose is coming from corporate world. No way she will come into something unprepared. Proud of Dorit for backing down. Yeah, I mean, listen, y'all. I understand that you guys think that Sutton was trying to defend Dorit, but Sutton, in my humble opinion, went about that all wrong. This whole argument between her and Dorit did not have to happen had she just kept her mouth shut and maybe talked about this and brought this up at another time. But let me go through the super chats. CE, thank you for the super chat. All this Doritos love is wild. I'll never forget that she's always throwing microaggressions and wore the shirt telling us she don't care. She's still one of them, so miss me with all of it. Kempire gets it and ain't falling for it. Well, shout out to Kempire. I know he had a great time at his live show in London. I love that is my friend. I love Kempire. Listen, I understand you are entitled to feel how you feel. I'm not taking away from all that Dorit has done, but right now, present day, Dorit is not engaging with Garcelle, so you look crazy trying to carry on a one-sided beef. When the other party has paid you dust, it's time for you to either talk to them about it, get all your feelings out, or let it go. Because I'm sorry, but Garcelle is pretty much talking to herself right now because Dorit is not bothering her. If Dorit were bothering her, I'd be here for Garcelle, giving her the smoke. But Dorit has taken her energy away from Garcelle, and Garcelle is talking to herself at this point. So we're going to agree to disagree on that because nobody's forgotten anything. But we're talking about present day, this season, season 14. Dorit is not bothering Garcelle. And I stand 10 toes down in everything that I've said. But thank you for the super chat, and I appreciate your opinion and your point of view. All point of views are welcome, and thank you again. Kelly Flanders, thank you for the super chat. DM Rocks, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, Sutton was defending Dorit, but Dorit got defensive for no reason. I think Sutton was better off keeping her mouth shut. Hey, Princess Jake, thank you for the super chat. I feel Dorit decided to be done with Garcelle after she said her robbery was fake and shrugged. Had the roles been reversed, hell would have broken loose. Yeah, no, Dorit did make it clear that she was over Garcelle at the reunion when Garcelle made that joke about her robbery being staged. Princess Jake, again, thank you for the super chat. Garcelle, if you hate her so much, leave her alone. My exact thoughts. Hey, Nicole VT, thank you for the super chat. I don't watch the show, just came to support another Black queen. Keep being great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you. And DM Rocks, thank you for the super chat. Garcelle posted a picture of everyone but Dorit on the after show. Garcelle, Sutton, and Jennifer Tilly threw shade at Dorit every time. I saw the picture where Garcelle posted everybody but Dorit on her Instagram page. And I said, listen, that's her right. But the throwing shade at Dorit on the after show, I mean, okay. And Jennifer Tilly, girl, you just got on the show. You don't have any beef with Dorit, so why are you throwing shade? Listen, Dorit is killing them all with silence right now. She's not saying anything about them. So they all are looking kind of foolish talking about her when she's not engaging. You can't, an argument takes two people. If one party disengages, then the other party still trying to fight looks silly. It takes two to tango. Dorit does not want to tango anymore. So Garcelle, you need to drop it. or tell Dorit that you still want to talk, you still need to get things off of your chest, and either do that or just drop the whole thing. We didn't forget she was not the only one throwing those. Exactly. They all threw shit at each other. Stop being selective. Without Dorit, y'all wouldn't have a show right now. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but that robbery was staged. Dorit takes the heat that Kyle and Erica, the perpetrators, get to dodge because she's considered the B team. Yes. Yeah, if somebody's paying you dust, leave it alone. If me and you get into it, right? And we both make it clear we don't want to talk to each other ever again. We don't like each other. The minute I stop engaging with you and you're going to try to keep it going, you look silly. You look like a clown to keep going after somebody who's not paying you any mind. I think Garcelle has a lot of good stuff going on in her life, and good stuff isn't interesting on a reality show. Maybe next season Garcelle can date TJ for a storyline. And wait, doesn't TJ live in he lives in LA part-time or full-time, and he comes and stays with Stacey when he's in DC for a free place to stay, so he doesn't have to pay for a hotel? That would be something if TJ and Garcelle hooked up. TJ making Garcelle some frozen off-brand pizza and a 25-cent Huggy drink. Oh gosh. But y'all, I'm going to end the live here. I had a great time as always. Always a pleasure talking to y'all. I hope you guys enjoy. Always love hearing your opinions, and I will see you guys for SLC. But thank you for all the moderators in the chat. I really appreciate you. And if you want to be a moderator, just email me. But also remember, a lot of you guys emailed me, but you didn't give me your name on YouTube. So I couldn't add you as a moderator because I don't have your YouTube name. So make sure to put in your YouTube name so that way I can add you as a moderator, okay? But thank y'all. I will see you all later, and you guys have a good rest of your night. Bye, guys.